We're happy to be with you today. We're coming to the end of Masechus Brochos any day now. And we're learning to do Leluyah Nishas Brochos Rav Yehuda. We are on Brochos Daf Samach Aleph, Amud base, in the wide lines, approximately, I guess, 10 lines from the bottom. If you have any questions, please post them. We'd love to be able to answer them if we can. If not, good for you. So it says the gemorah, we are Lo Yikol Adam Reishai. The Mishnah said, Lo Yikol Adam Reishai Keneged Shar HaMizrach. You shouldn't be lightheaded. That's the literal translation. Kalus Reish, a light head. Keneged, in front of, opposite, facing Shar HaMizrach, the eastern gate. Right? Because the eastern gate is facing the Kodesh HaKadoshim. So Rashi on the Mishnah, we'll go back, take a look at Rashi on the Mishnah, first Mishnah of the Perek. Rashi said something very interesting, as usual. So Rashi explained that, where's this Mishnah? Hold on. The Mishnah is on, if I can find it, Daf Nun Ches Amud Aleph. Sorry, Nun Zayin. No, before. Where's this Mishnah? Okay, hold on. I will find it. Nun Daled Amud Aleph. Says Rashi on the Sugya. Take a look in Rashi. Rashi says, Lo Yikol Adam Reishai. So what does Rashi say? Lo Yinhag Kalus Reish. It means you shouldn't be Kalus Reish. You should be playful. You shouldn't be lightheaded. Don't joke around. Yikol Reish meaning don't joke around. Other Rishonim assume it means you can't do things which are Kalus Reish type. You can't go to the bathroom or stuff like that. Rashi is taking it true to Kamashmai. You're not allowed to be lightheaded. You're not allowed to be silly. I guess that's the technical word. Silly. So it says Rashi, why can't you be lightheaded towards the Shar Mizrach? Says Rashi, we're talking about Chutz Harabayis, outside the Harabayis. You've got the base of Migdash was the Kodesh HaKadoshim, there was a Kodesh, there was Noshim, then there was outside the base of Migdash area, right? So Rashi explains, Keneged Shar Mizrach, Chutz Harabayis. We're talking about outside the mountain, outside the hill where the base of Migdash, the Holy of Holies was. Asher b'chayma anu'mucha asher l'ragle harabayis b'mizrach. Lefi shekol hashar why? Lefi shekol hashar mechuvan mizrach keneged zeh. All the doors, all the gates in the base of Migdash, they were all lined up straight, one across the other. It wasn't like one door here, door here, where if you look through one door, you couldn't see all the way in. The gates were lined up, zeh keneged zeh, and therefore, if you look through, you can see all the way to the Kodesh HaKadoshim from outside. Huh? No. So we are on Samach Aleph on the base. Right. Okay. So back to the gemorah. So the gemorah brings that Mishnah about 10 lines from the bottom. You're not allowed to have Kalus Reish Keneged Shar Mizrach. We see Rashi in the Mishnah says because all the gates of the Harabayis, the base of Migdash, they were all lined up one against the other. So if you were outside, you could see all the way in. Nothing was totally open. And therefore, you're facing the Kodesh HaKadoshim, you're facing the Holy of Holies. You're not allowed to be playful. That's the understanding. You're not allowed to be silly. Kalus Reish. So it says gemorah. Amar Rav Yehuda Amar Rav, said Rav, Lo yoru ela min hatzayfim v'lifnim. From where can you not behave with lightheadedness? Min hatzayfim v'lifnim. From a place called Hatzayfim and inside. Rashi says Hatzayfim, it's the name of a place. It's called, there's a place now called Har HaTzofim, right? The mountain where you can see. Hatzayfim, from a place where you could see the base of Migdash. Other Rishonim say it means from wherever you can see the base of Migdash. It's not the name of a place called Hatzayfim, which means to see. So it's not the name of a place, it means from wherever you can see. v'lifnim, and inwards. Outside, past the tzayfim, from where you can't see the Beis HaMikdash. So from there, you're allowed to be mekel rosh. You're allowed to be silly, playful. Itmanami Amar Rabba Bereda Rav Chia Barabba. He said, Amar Rav Yechon. Rav Yechon says, Lo Amru Ela Min Atzayf Leftim. From where can you not be kalas reish, light-headed? Min Atzayf Leftim, from a place called Atzayfim or Boroya, where you can see. Only if you can see Harabayis. Rushe'ein Geder, where there's no wall. In other words, if you're standing right outside the Beis HaMikdash, right outside the Harabayis, but there's a wall in front of you, so that you're allowed to. Ub'she'ein Geder, if there's and that's only in a time where the Shechina is Shaira. It's only in a time where God dwells His presence in the Beis HaMikdash, in the Holy of Holies. Okay. Rashi says, what does it mean, Shechina Shaira? How do you know if there is Shechina in that place? How do you know if God is dwelling His holy presence in Jerusalem, in the Har HaBayis? Says Rashi, it means Shebeis HaMikdash Kayim. When we had a temple, then God dwelled His presence in the temple. But once the temple was destroyed by the Italians, then there's no longer a temple over there. The Shekhinah is no longer over there. Tan Rabbanon says the Brisa, Hanifna B'Yehuda. Someone goes to the bathroom anywhere in Yehuda. Lo yifne Mizrach le'Mayrov. You can't be facing between Mizrach and Mayrov. A person, when he builds his bathroom, he should have it facing north to south. It shouldn't be east to west, because that way you're facing the Beis HaMikdash. It should be facing north and south. But if you're up north in the Galil, it should only face east-west. You shouldn't face south-north, because then you're going to be facing the Beis HaMikdash. We are on Daf Samach Aleph, Amud Beis, Brochos Samach Aleph on base, 10 lines from the bottom, Bruch Labayim. So, Vresi Matir. Vresi says it's good, it's fine. Rabbi Yesi said, Rabbi Yesi lo yasu ele b'roya. It's only forbidden to have your bathroom facing the wrong direction if you could see the Beis HaMikdash. B'makom she'ein sham geder, in a place where there's no wall. Sorry. Did I skip a line here? Yeah. So, Ela Baroya, if there's no wall, and if the God's dwelling is presence in the temple. The Chachamim say it's forbidden. So gemorah asks, what do you mean, Chacham Ma'isrim? We just said, you're not allowed to do it. Rabbi says it's muta, Chacham say it's asa. That means the Chacham is the same opinion as the first opinion, as the Tanakama. It says, go on, Chacham Hain Tanakama. What do you mean, Chacham Ma'isrim? That's the first opinion. Why are you repeating it? You're not repeating anything. Nothing's repeated over here. So why did you say Chacham Ma'isrim? The Gemara answers, there is a difference between the Tanakama and the Chachamim. If it's not exactly, you're not exactly, here's the Beis HaMikdash, and you're over here 10 miles out, but you're higher up. Is it mutar or asa? So according to Chachamim, it's going to be mutar, because it's not directly opposite. According to Tanakama, it's still going to be asa. So that's the difference. If it's at an angle. Tanya, we have a brisa that says similar brisa, similar thing. Tanya, if you're going to the bathroom in Yehuda, your bathroom should be facing east-west, not north-south. But if you're in the north, then Safan Adarim is also, Mizrach HaMairav is Muta. Rabbi Yosi, Mater Rabbi Yosi says it's fine. Again, Rabbi Yosi says it's Muta. It's only forbidden if you can see. And now there's a third opinion here. Rabbi Yehuda also. In the time of the Beis HaMikdash, it's also. If there's no Beis HaMikdash, then it's muta. And now we have fourth opinion, Rabbi Kiva, also b'chol makayim. Rabbi Kiva says it's always also. What b'chol makayim mean? Even the chutz la'aretz. Till now we've been talking about in Eretz Yisrael, how you build your bathrooms in Eretz Yisrael. Now Rabbi Kiva comes along and says, even the chutz la'aretz, you're in America, Rahman al-San, your bathroom can't be this Mizrach Ma'arav. Rabbi Kiva has a Chomakom, Rabbi Kiva, Hainu Tanakama. So Gemara says, well, isn't Rabbi Kiva Tanakama? Yikibet Chutz La'aretz. According to Rabbi Kiva, it's also even the Chutz La'aretz, but according to Tanakama, it's Mutter Chutz La'aretz. So Rabbi Kiva is the most machmir. He says these rules apply Israel, Chutz La'aretz. It's all the same thing. Others say only in Israel. Others say it's mutter, unless there's a Beis Hamikdash Kayim. You'll see there's a difference in the lashon. It's interesting. He says there's much Beis Hamikdash Kayim. Rabbi Yehuda here. Rabbi Yosi in the previous Mishnah, in the previous brayso was answering. He doesn't say Shalom Aleichem. He doesn't say Beis Hamikdash Kayim. He says B'zman Shashchina Sheira. What's the difference between Beis Hamikdash Kayim and Shechina Sheira? Is it just two ways of saying the same thing? That's how Rashi seems to say. Rashi says, what is Shechina Sheira? That's Beis Hamikdash Kayim. It's the same thing. Other Rishonim say no. There's a difference. Shechina Sheira means only in the first temple was the Shechina Sheira. Only in the first temple, it says there was 10 open miracles every day. God's presence was clear and seen to all. So you had to have extra reverence. You have an extra pachad in front of the Beis Hamikdash. You had to act a certain way. But in the second Beis Hamikdash, there was no Ashash Shechina. It was a shadow of the first Beis Hamikdash. Some Gainim, it's hard even to say this, one of the Gainim says the second Beis Hamikdash was basically just a big shul. But according to the other opinion, even Bezman Beis Hamikdash, the second bias, it's also There's even in the second Beis Hamikdash, there was still all these Asurim, there was still also. It doesn't matter if there's a Shvas Shechin or not, it's telling Bezman Beis Hamikdash Kaim. Says the Gemara. Okay, so that's a machlekes. What's the din? Now, what's going to be the din Bezman Hazeh? Let's take a look. We'll finish the end of the Gemara. Rabbah, Ika B'nai Chutzatz, Rabbah, who lived in Chutzatz, Havashad Yunei Livni, he placed the blocks of his bathroom Mizrach HaMa'arav, between Mizrach HaMa'arav. In other words, the wrong way. Right? It should be Tzafan Adarim. But he's in Chutz La'aretz. So what's the rule? Azal Abayi Shadar L'Tzafan. Abayi came and he turned it between Tzafan and Darim. He turned it the other way. He wanted to see if he was makbed, what was going on over here, right? So Rabbah came up, Tatsunu, and he said, Amaman Hayad Gmansali, who's bothering me? Who's messing about with me? So he had it the way that, right, so he had it been Tzafan Darim, because he didn't want to do it the wrong way. So he said, I hold like Rabbi Kiva that it's also even the Chutz La'aretz to have your bathroom facing the wrong way. Take a look at Taisus, the bottom Taisus.
What facing the wrong way?
Take a look at Taisus. Rabbi Kiva Aymer. Also v'chol makom. Mizrach ha'chayr v'panav l'mayrav. Al maskina, and we paskin l'alocha, says Taisus. What's that? Maskana b'chutz La'aretz. Afilu b'chutz La'aretz. Even the Chutz La'aretz, your bathrooms have to be, you got to speak to your interior designer, have your bathrooms face the right way, except for, the Mufarish Bishami, the Bishami says, Bulvad, Shein Sham Kaisal. So Rabbi Kiva didn't discuss whether there's a wall or not. Turns out, it says Taisus Shein Yerushalmi, when does Rabbi Kiva say it's also to face Mizrach HaMa'arav? That's if there's no walls. You're in the field, you're in the Sada, and you're open all the way to Yerushalayim. 10,000 kilometers away, but there's no walls. Right? However, if there's walls, then it's fine. And that's how the Shulchan Aruch paskins, that if you're in a sada, if you're in the field, in the middle of nowhere, even in Chutz La'aretz, you've got to make sure you're being Tzafan Adarim, you're facing Tzafan Adarim, not Mizrach Ma'arav, because that's a bizayim. But if there's walls, you're building a house, you have bath. Normally people have the bathrooms in a house, and there's walls. So that's why this is not relevant in Chutz La'aretz at all. And L'chayru also in Eretz Yisrael. Okay. We are on Samach Beis Amud Aleph, Bezrat Hashem. So, says the Gemara. Oh wow, Shkrach, I need to drink big time.
Well, hold on.
Says Gemara, Tanya. This is a fascinating Gemara. Wow. Says the Gemara, Tanya, Amar Rebbe Akiva, said the Holy Rebbe Akiva, Pamachas Ichnasti, Achar B'Yeshua. Says I went behind Rabbi Yeshua, the Beis HaKisei. I followed her into the bathroom. I learned from him three things. the bathroom can't be facing east-west. It has to be north-south. Ella, Safan Dara. I learned from him that you're not allowed to reveal yourself, and you don't get undressed before you sit down, standing up. You only reveal yourself when you're already sitting down. You've got to be as sneeristic, as humble, as, I don't know how you say sneers in English, is there even a word?
Modest.
There you go. You've got to be as modest as possible. You don't reveal yourself standing up, you reveal yourself only after sitting down. And I learned that you're not allowed to wipe using your right hand, only using your left hand. All these letters mean that this is all brought down halacha, these are the dinim. You've got to be as modest as you can in the bathroom, and you use your left hand. So they ask, how did you learn these three things from him? Maybe he happened to sit down, maybe he happened to have it facing that way. So unfortunately, obviously, we're talking about a case where, well, you know he's using the left hand on purpose because people, if he's a righty, why are you not using your right hand? That's the most natural way to use. So the fact that he's using his left hand means it's b'chavana. And the fact that he's revealing himself sitting down, that's very uncomfortable. But that means he's doing it on purpose. And this first thing, obviously there was an easier option to have the bathroom facing this way, and he saw him turning the logs the other way, or the stone. So he understood these three things. So that's Rabbi Akiva learned from Rabbi Yeshua. Now the Gemara says,
What do we have to find?
we're on Samach Beis, Amud Aleph, 5 lines from the top. Amalei ben Azai. 1 minute, hold on. Amalei ben Azai, Ad kan hasa panecha b'Rabecha. So Ben Azai said to him, and Ben Azai, the Mepharshim say, he was a Talmud chaver of Rabbi Akiva. He was a Talmud, but also chaver. He said, wow, you were that chutzpahdik to your Rebbe? You followed him to the bathroom? You have that much cheek to go ahead and follow the bathroom to see how he goes to the bathroom? Really? You have such a chutzpah to your teacher? Amalei, Rebbe Akiva said, Torah, it's Torah. How you act in the bathroom is Torah. V'lil mo'edani tzarich. And I have to learn. You got to learn Torah. So you're right, it's a chutzpah. But sometimes when it's a chutzpah, if it's Torah, it's not a chutzpah. I've got to learn. So therefore it's not a chutzpah. That's what I mean. You can't be chutzpah to learn Torah, but if you're learning, it's not chutzpah. Some Mepharshim ask, how could he be learning Torah in the bathroom? He's going to learn Torah. You can't learn Torah in the bathroom. So Hilchas bathroom, you're allowed to know in the bathroom. You're allowed to go over to someone in the bathroom who's doing something wrong and say, you're not allowed to do that, even though it's Torah, because you need it for the bathroom. So that you're allowed to say in the bathroom. That you're allowed to say in places where you're also learn, you're allowed to think about the things that you're not allowed to do. Otherwise, you can't be careful in it. There's got to be a thought process there, right? So, I need to learn it. They ask also, why couldn't you just ask him? What's Hilchas bathroom? Teach me Hilchas bathroom. So he didn't know Bichlal if there were Hilchas bathroom. So he wanted to go to see. You don't want to ask him a question that's so relevant. Also, you learn much more from seeing, right? You wanted to see all the ways to be modest. How are you supposed to be modest? Tanya, another brisa. Ben Azai himself, now that Ben Azai learned this principle of Tairahi, that you're allowed to, so Ben Azai, Rabbi Akiva. So he followed Rabbi Akiva into the bathroom. I learned three things from him. Same thing. You can't go east-west. North-south. And you can't reveal yourself standing up. Sitting down. I learned you can't use the right hand, only your left hand. So Amalei Rabbi Yehuda said to him, so you got such chutzpah, Amalei Torah. The little medani tzarech, it's Torah, and I need to learn it. It's just like a machlekes, which of these stories happened first? Because if the first story happened first and the second story happened second, so why didn't Rabbi Akiva just teach Ben Azai the dinim? That's okay. Rav Kahana. Okay, this is a crazy story. Rav Kahana al gana tute purya durav. Rav Kahana went under the bed. He hid under the bed of Rav. Listen to the story. Now some say The Malbim says that's not what's going on over there. Doesn't mean he went under his bed. Al-Gana Tute Purid Rav. He went under the bed of Rav. It means that he was underneath Rav's bed, meaning he was in the floor underneath Rav, and he had a bunk bed, and he went onto the upper bed. He went onto the top bed, and he knew, for some reason, he saw the Simon, that his wife went to the mikveh that night. So he listened out to hear what's happening over there. That's how the Malbim learns the story. Shamia, you listened, he heard the Sach, he spoke with his wife, the Sachak, he was laughing, and then he did his needs, meaning he had relations with his wife, right? So he heard the whole thing. He was talking, he was laughing. Now it's important to know that the Gemara says in a different place that Rav never spoke, he never wasted a word in his life. And they say about something, this guy never wasted. He never never spoke, never wasted a word. And here you have a Gemara that says he's talking to his wife, he's laughing with her. On Malay, so Rav Kana said to Rav, he stuck his head out of the bed, right? He says to him, Pume da'aba, my master's mouth could delay sarif tafshila. It's like someone that's never tasted food in his life. Oh, you got such excitement over here. It's like you've never been with a woman before. You've never been with your wife. It's like someone that's never eaten before, and they give him a cooked meal. Take it easy, relax. What's going on over here? So Amalei, Rav said to Rav Kahana, you hear you down there? You're on the bed. Get out of here. The love Eirechara, that's really unacceptable. Even though Torah what do you mean? It's Torah. I've got to learn. Okay, so important to understand. A lot of Mefarshim ask, what's going on over here, right? Here's Rebbe Zaldim, he's the Gadol. He's coming to learn from him, and he's so chutzpah to him. He says to him, he doesn't say to him, Rebbe, teach us, is that what you're supposed to do? He says to him, what's going on over here? He starts giving him mussar. He starts rebuking him. Wow, my master, you're acting like you've never tasted food before in your life. What's going on over here, right? What a chutzpah, how you talk to him like that? And he gives it back to him over here, like, get out of here, there's not love ayachara.
Samach what?
Samach base. First white light. So take a look at it. It's important to see the top Rashi, top of the page. The Sachak, he's talking to her, he's laughing with her, Imishtai, with his wife. Sicha Betela, he's having random conversation with her, he's schmoozing, he's shooting the breeze. Nothing of any consequence, of any seriousness. He's having lightheaded discussions with her. How did you make the chocolate cake? You know, where'd you buy the dress? I know what he's talking to her about, right? I like your dress. I don't know. Shoritzli tashmish. Rashi says, in order for him to be with his wife, in other words, you can learn from this. What Rashi is teaching us is that if a person can't just go ahead and be with his wife, he's got to make her interested in it. He's got to arouse her intellectually, emotionally, not just like, okay, here it is, it's tashmish time, right? It's time to be with you. No, he's laughing with her, he's talking with her, and therefore, it's befitting. The Gemara says Rav never spoke Sikha Batela in his life. This is no Sikha Batela. This is important. It doesn't say about, I don't know which other Morim it says about it. They never spoke a word of a wasted word. So here he is, he's talking to his wife, he's laughing with her. That's not wasted. That's the most important thing. Other Mefarshim say, because the closer a couple is when they're together, the better the offspring's going to be. And that's what Rav was trying to achieve here. Okay, so says Gemara, back to Gemara. Now, Gemara is going to do a little bit of a deep dive. Why you can't wipe using your right hand? Ela b'smo. Amarava, you know why you shouldn't use your right hand to clean yourself? The Torah is given with God's right hand. The Torah is given the right hand. You can't use your left hand because your left hand is close to your mouth. Why is your left hand close to your mouth? Your right hand is also close to your mouth. Well, your left hand is close to your mouth.
Exactly.
So what's going on? I guess what it means is because you're scrolling with your right hand, so you're eating with the left hand. I'm kidding. In those days, you didn't scroll. What does it mean? Is that with his right hand, Maybe you cut with the right hand and you pick it up and you eat with the left hand. Or with your right hand, you're pointing at the gemorah you're learning. With your left hand, you're eating. For some reason, people use their left hand more. If people have the fork in the left hand normally.
Yeah.
And you eat with the left hand. And you cut with the right hand. So if you're cutting with the right hand, if you hold a piece of meat with your left hand, or you hold the bread, you cut it with your right hand, so then you eat more with your left hand. I didn't see anyone saying that pshat, but that's what I'm thinking now. Huh?
Yeah.
What do you think?
That's a sheila, right? Why left hand? Okay.
So people use the left hand more for eating. Rish Lakish, different pshat. You know why your right hand's holier? And you.
1 second. If you pick up the food with the left hand, that means you need to use the right hand. It's a contradiction. What do you mean?
Hold on. Good question. I guess it means the right hand's cravel pair. And therefore you should use the left hand. Yeah, I guess that's what it means. You're right. I guess that's what it means. She cravel a pair. There's different version, but Rashi doesn't say. I guess it means your right hand, you eat with your right hand, so therefore you use your left hand here. Very good point. Okay, I take it back. Rashi says, Shekaisha bat tefillin b'zroya smailai. You tie the tefillin in your left hand, therefore you should use it. Because you tie the tefillin with your right hand. In other words, how do you put tefillin in your left hand? You're tying it with your right hand. Mm-hmm. So your right hand is doing the mitzvah of tying the tefillin. Even though you think maybe the left hand's holy because it's on your left hand. But your left hand didn't do anything. Your left hand's just there. You're tying it with your right hand. So don't use your right hand to wipe. You should use your left hand. Yeah, you got me over there. Good point. Okay. Shkoyach.
That's it?
What's the time? No, we've got 2 more minutes.
We got 3 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak Amar b'pnei shumar b'tamet Torah. You know why you can't use your right hand? Because when you learn Torah, you point to the Torah with your right hand. Tonight, it's like a machlekes tonight. Reb Lezer b'pnei ma b'pnei she'oichel ba. Reb Lezer says because you eat with your right hand. Reb Shua b'pnei she'kaisev ba. Reb Shua says because you write with your right hand. You write Chiddush Torah with your right hand. Rabbi Kiva b'pnei shumar b'tamet Torah. Rabbi Kiva says because you point. 1 second. So you see from all this that doing a simple act like pointing at the Torah, writing, that's mekadesh your right hand. Your right hand's holier. Therefore, you're going to use your left hand because your right hand's got this extra kedusha. Rav Tanchum says Rav Tanchum man chanila. I call it snuba basic. He say anyone who's modest in the bathroom, nitzel mishleisha dvarim. He's saved from 3 bad things. Min anachashim, he's saved from snakes. Min akravim, from scorpions and mazikim, from any type of damaging demons. Even his dreams are miyushav. His dreams are calm, they make sense. He doesn't have crazy wild dreams. So you see from here that a person who's not modest in the bathroom, he brings on himself some type of bad ruach, some type of ruach tumah, and then he's going to have bad dreams from it. It's going to mess with him. The person has to be modest, and then it's mekadesh, it's matar, his whole body. But even in the bathroom, we're going to see who basically maybe we should end over here. It's 9 o'clock. I've been asked to finish on time for davening. Okay, so we'll wrap it up over here. Have a wonderful day.
How come